Jacob, how do I want to word this? What is your earliest memory of me?
All right, we're on the teak fraternity floor in Staten Island at Wagner College. We're drinking jungle juice.
Oh God, from a bathtub.
And you're being introduced to me with all the other freshman girls who have now found a guy named Mike in that fraternity.
So funny. Actually, you know what's so funny is my teak boyfriend just reached out to me last week. Brian, you remember Brian? And he was just saying hello and checking in. He's great. He's got gray hair. He looks just like Mark. I thought he was so cute because I thought he looked like Mark McGrath.
Yeah.
Remember? I was obsessed. He did, right? He had the tattoos and everything. It was great.
So funny.
We were 18. Where did you get all those tattoos?
This is true,
Sharpie.
actually. I never even thought about that.
Yeah, but if it was Staten Island, I mean.
No, he's from upstate New York. But we were on Staten Island, so.
It was a lawless place, Staten Island, at the turn of the century.
It was. I just remember my memories of you. You were always happy. We were always smiling. We would be in smoky rooms.
Smoky rooms.
The rooms were smoky. And Jacob would bust into song like at any given moment. This beautiful like tenor voice. Are you tenor 2 or tenor 1?
No, I'm a baritone. But we all sang real high back then.
Oh my God, but your vibrato. I just remember your vibrato because it was so beautiful. And he would just.
And you can imagine, Mary, how well those show tunes went over in smoky fraternity room floor.
It was nice and raspy. You had that like lounge singer, thing going on.
The guys loved it, but I traveled with a pack of women, so they always let me in.
Jacob was always surrounded by throngs of women.
Well, it was theater. If you have any children or young people going into theater and they ask for advice, tell them, be a boy. There are 4 incredibly talented women for every mediocre male in the theater industry.
That's so true. That's so funny.
Well, it takes voice lessons and dance lessons growing up, and we're all wasting our time in Little League.
But you always had such beautiful form in dance class. I just remember how the way he would carry his chest and his shoulders, all of that. You always had such gorgeous form. So I'm not surprised.
That's making me want to sit up straighter now.
My wrists were.
But I'm not surprised at all that you went into like health and fitness because you still your form is on point in every video.
The health and fitness pipeline from the theater industry is second only to the real estate one.
Why do you think that is? What's up with that?
Oh, because they're all used to selling themselves because, real estate guys, I don't want to say whores on your podcast.
No business like show business.
I've seen multiple guys. One of them I know from Disney cruise ships. One of them is a former Phantom in their real estate videos singing in the houses to show the acoustics. There's not a great retirement program in the arts. And you turn 40 and it's like, do you have strong feelings on fatherhood? You're going to sing about fatherhood a lot.
Yeah.
You're going to be that guy who sings a song in the second act that we all go pee during while Bella changes her dress.
That's so fun. And the theater world has changed so much too in the 25 years since we were at Wagner. Like it's so different.
When we trained at the end of the millennial, the big shows were the British crossover shows where the dancers danced, the singers sang, you came to the center stage and sang a 3-minute song about that pretty girl in the opera you wanted to sleep with, but you're a poor, sad phantom. And now, if you go see Phantom of the Opera in New York City now, you're moving back and forth between 8 different small rooms. It's completely immersive, completely interactive, and tickets start at $200 a pop. What we trained for didn't exist anymore. I never learned to rap in college. I never learned to, ride a unicycle and all the different things they should have been encouraging us to do while we were learning Stephen Sondheim, while we were learning Rodgers and Hammerstein. But I think the worst thing they did is they didn't teach us how to be ourselves. Like you said, I couldn't stop singing show tunes everywhere because that's how I define myself by what I did, which I think so many people in Manhattan do. The second thing on your mouth, what do you do? And it's like, I don't care, buddy. Yeah. But when it came to theater, you're taught that if you don't embody it every second of the day, you'll never make it.
That you wouldn't make it. Yeah. And I think that's so important too. What do you talk more about that? Like the authenticity of who you are.
So now if you really want to make it in any of the performing arts, social media is such a vital component of it. And the only way social media works is if you're authentic. If you bring somebody's authentic self to that. And that's what you're supposed to be doing at an audition is come in and show them who you are. But don't be fat, don't be gay, don't be black, don't be this, don't be that.
Yeah.
So it's that dichotomy of trying to be perfect, but still trying to be yourself. And now you're expected to also give them your private life as well.
Mm-hmm.
When I was leading the industry, I remember the first audition I went to that said height, weight, and number of Instagram followers. I was like, you don't care most about my talent. And now I've grown up a lot, and I realize that is often, while still important, third or fourth on the list.
Wow.
Really? That it would say like how many Instagram followers you have? That was part of the audition?
Yeah, we really saw a balance change. I mean, after all, if you're doing a smaller size project and you got 6 talented, good looking guys in the room, but one of them's going to share the project with their 20K plus Instagram followers, that's a big push for you and your small business and only have a few thousand followers.
That
right?
is
It's free publicity. We've seen that all get hashed out now. And everything changed. I remember being up for Entourage, the Revolutionary in Les Miserables. It was a dream part I grew up singing. And they had 4 guys in the callback, which means you're all good. You're all right for the role. They're looking at different pairings and who can go. And it's 2 white guys and 2 black guys. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, well, they've got 2 very different takes on the role. And I had to ask myself, well, which one's more interesting to you? The black guy who I've never seen do this role or what they could bring from their experience. I've never seen that.
it's really telling, you know, how much everything has changed. And even in.
So for me, it felt a little bit like get out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, our industry is kind of similar because now there's, Jacob, you and I were talking about this on the phone. There's journalists and then there's commentators. And then you've got like influencers who are now entering media and
for the same reason, because they bring a following.
News influencers on TikTok.
Right. It's
Under
true.
the desk news. And that's just like you in college. I was like, where does this person fit in theater? I don't see them as being like over the top this role, over the top that role.
Yeah.
And it took till their 30s to find that their niche was telling the news to disinfected Gen Z kids on TikTok. And they're really good at it.
Yes. Yeah. It is interesting though, just to see how like theater has evolved, how media has evolved, news has evolved.
Yeah, but I feel like theater, because you have one take to get everything. You know?
You have one take, and you also have to do it again tomorrow, maybe twice tomorrow.
Right.
And if I have 2 shows today, I give
that
100%.
matinee. Right.
I don't have a lot mathematically left for the second show.
But it's kind of like the news though too, because now like Jacob, I don't know if you know this, but we do like, I want to say there's 5 shows a night on average at every TV station. And if you've got your 2 main anchors, those anchors are doing all 5 shows. And usually I think it's kind of comical how they call it like, oh, the 4 o'clock show and then the 5 o'clock show and then the 6 o'clock show, because really it's just a 3-hour block of news. Each show bleeds into the next show. There's no stopping. You just have a cold open that hits again, and then you're hot on the open, and you're back into the next. You know, the show just starts.
Hit the again button on that.
Right.
When we were kids, the news used to begin and end. It doesn't now.
Yeah.
I remember being a kid and having no idea, even through my teenage years, having no idea of news identity. I didn't think of any news station as having any sort of opinion or any sort of viewpoint, and now we think of them as so diametric.
Mm-hmm.
Does this just make you feel more and more like your parents back in my day? That's all I feel now. Not all.
It's really important to talk to young people, though, like as much as you can, even if it feels awkward. Like, you really are into that? You really like that show? And try and see it there. Otherwise, we're just going to be somewhere in the future having them explain our virtual reality machines to us.
My news now, my favorite news is just finding out, you know, when Taylor Swift's album is coming out. Like that's the only kind of news that I want to hear about.
Yeah, because you're
for
done.
so long. Yeah, I'm so done.
You're so over it.
So how are you dealing with your disappointment after hearing that album?
Oh gosh, actually, I love the Wood song. What does that say about me?
You like the song?
I like that. You're like,
I know,
of course you
I used
do.
to date those Italian boys.
It's such a good song though, and I like the other song, Wish List. I think that's.
I feel like Sabrina Carpenter ghost wrote some of this album.
Yes, there is like, it feels like there's that influence, a lot of like Sabrina Carpenter influence there, but I enjoy it.
Whether Taylor Swift's music is for me and it's album to album, she makes all the right people mad, and I really enjoy that. Like Cynthia Derivo. I'm like, you make all the right people mad. I love when people tell a woman what to do and she says nah, even if I don't agree with her.
Right.
That's why I liked Xena and Buffy the Vampire Slayer growing up. Kick him in the face. Now, if you put on a TV show about men kicking women in the face, I will not watch that.
Right.
So how do you train? How do you train for that? For kicking someone in the face?
So I
Very
did
pointy
stage
Tell us.
combat.
Very pointy.
I actually now I teach boxing. I teach a little bit of kickboxing and self-defense. It's really important to some of the women I train, and it's very important to one of the trans men that I train, that they're able to throw a punch and they just feel more confident in themselves. I don't want any of my clients fighting anybody, but the idea that they feel a little bit more secure in their skin is really cool. But I had to learn the difference between stage combat and real combat, and it was really hard in like Queens and Brooklyn gyms, me being like, look how high I can kick, and then just kicking my other foot out from underneath me. Because stage combat, it ends right before the other person.
Yes.
And then real combat goes through the other person.
Yeah,
It was very different.
I've never done either.
Stage combat's fun. Do you remember when Chris Catt taught us how to tiger roll? Remember that class?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So we had a calisthenics class that every freshman in theater had to take, and it had almost nothing to do with performing.
Nothing.
We did not read any books. We showed up 3 times a week with the man who was the head of the department and cast most of the shows.
Yeah.
So his opinion was everything in college. And it was just work out till you puke.
Yeah, and actually Chris gave me my first shoulder caps. Like I remember coming home for break, and even my mom was like, "Wow, like actual definition." That was like my first actual gym type
like when you could see the difference.
Yeah.
He had a philosophy to it that really truly the show must go on and you are the show. And we don't believe that anymore. You hear the kids, they say, the show doesn't need to go on. The show is not the most important thing in the world. The show is not more important than your health, than your well-being, than your safety. And we were taught.
We were not taught that. I remember throwing up in that garbage can outside of dance class because we were working out so hard. Like I literally puked in the garbage can outside just from the workout.
Right back in.
Yeah, I went right back in.
And instead of being like, this is messed up, this is toxic, you were probably like,
no, I was like, I'm good, I'm fine. Put your big girl panties on.
I'm a soldier.
I'm a soldier.
I'm a shoulder.
Theater. Point me towards the theater.
Yeah. No, I had very different. I was not a theater person at all.
How did you get into running and all of that stuff?
Boredom, longing for freedom. I don't know. I think like somebody else did it, and I was like, I could probably do that.
Mm-hmm.
Did you let her
I wasn't
in high
great.
School?
Pardon?
Did you let her in high school?
No, I was not great, but it was just, it gave me something to do and stay active and have freedom.
I let her in show choir.
No, I think I got my track letter my senior year.
Oh, that was all about show choir in high school for me. Growing up in Iowa, it's very like Glee, but with meth.
Show choir is fun though, and the dancing in show choir.
I mean, I was in band, and I did the chamber band for their plays.
What'd you play?
The flute and piccolo and the piano.
Wind instruments unite. Yes.
Oh, what did you play the flute?
Yeah.
Flute requires insane breast support. I trained the clarinetist and
now
the
I have
player
asthma.
for the West Point Orchestra.
She has asthma. Right before we started this podcast, she's like, I got to go get my inhaler.
Yeah, I
I'm a
have it with
runner.
me.
I play the flute. I can't breathe.
So funny. That was my lung capacity.
It cracks me
But
up.
a ton of people take that input of like, hey, I have asthma, so exercise isn't for me. Or I had a horrible car accident when I was 19, so I used to run and now I don't, and that's why exercise isn't for me. And part of my core philosophy, and I have to break down with people, and they've achieved that point somewhat mentally if they're seeking out a personal trainer, but to tell themselves, this is for you, this is for absolutely everybody, and you've decided a lot of things that your body can't do, and they're not necessarily true.
Oh, I love that. I'm going to put that in my mirror.
Well, I tell them all the time, I want to see you fail. Don't tell me that you're failing. Don't tell me you can't do it. Show me you can't do it. Because I don't want you to make the decision that you can't do it. And all a trainer's job is to do is to push you to safe failure.
You know, my sister read somewhere, it was really motivational for us, was you look like your habits.
Yes.
I was like, oh, I better start lifting again. I better start,
I love that.
But it is.
Yeah.
It's true though.
And that's why I gravitate toward people, especially like at work, in work situations, or like, usually like in a work situation. If I see someone is like physically fit, I just know I can count on that person. I don't know why, but in my mind, I just know this person is disciplined. This person not only had what it takes to attain that level of fitness, but also maintain it. And I know
totally
that
right,
applies
but imagine
to
if
every
you did that when you were
part.
20 and you thought that every ripped guy you met had discipline. No, they're just 20. When I see a great body at 20, I'm not gonna congratulate you. I'm gonna congratulate your parents.
Right.
But when I see it at 40, I know not only did you do something good that day, I know a consistency.
I know you made your bed. Like when
If
you
you
woke
can't
up, you
keep a
probably
promise
made
to
your bed.
yourself, how am I going to expect you to be monogamous?
Right. What's the best lesson that you ever learned in the gym?
That you are stronger than you think you are. All of us are going to face things in life that we absolutely believe from the outside will crush us, and we can't let them. And the gym is a battle that you pick every day. We say pick less battles. Every time you go to the gym, you've picked a battle that you inherently win by going. Going to the gym is the only thing that you truly succeed by failure. And if you haven't, by the end of the gym, shakily lifted a weight poorly because it's all you could do, then you didn't train as hard as you could have, and you didn't train to failure, and you probably won't get a progressive overload adaptation to make you stronger the next time I see you. Teaching people that are type A enough to have the privilege to have a trainer, to be able to afford that, to have the hours in the day, are generally the sort of people that don't like to lose. They don't like to fail at anything. So I have to tell them that I need you not to say, hey, that's too, I can't do it anymore. I need to see it. I need to know, because frankly, your brain lies to you. Your brain's job is to keep you safe, not happy.
Yeah. I mean, I do notice, like when I started weightlifting more, like I would be like, all right, let me start off with 5 pounds. And the 10 pounds are, like they're medium. Maybe I can do a little bit more. But then I was up to 20 and I was like, wow. Like when you see that, when you pick up the weights and they're lighter for that workout, like that's when.
And that
really
is an objective thing you can take with you.
Yeah.
When you get up in the mirror and you're like, I look like crap today, I look fat today, or I look like I've got no muscle tone, as the mirror tells every one of us, even the most mentally healthy of us. But you can say to yourself, hey, I could only do 20 push-ups last week, and now I can do 22. That's real. That's immutable. Nobody can take that away from me. It has nothing to do with Instagram likes. It's real. It's objective. So we focus on what the people can do. I mean, the world's and you're going to focus on what you look like. You don't need any help with that.
How do you help your clients who have, I'm sure you have clients who have like body dysmorphia, right? Because like I've lost 40 pounds over the last, 5 years, 6 years, something like that, and kept it off. But regardless.
40?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I know. I was like $150 and now I'm 105 to 110, depending, but even
I found it.
It's made you look dramatically younger, and I believe I accused you on social media of having facial work.
Yeah. But it did. You're right. It changed like my actual, like everything changed, but still sometimes like I'll look in the mirror and not see that. Like to me, like I remember I was trying on a pair of jeans. It was like a size 23 jeans. I've never worn a size 23 jeans before, but that's the size. And I'm thinking in my head, I look really fat in these, like, and then I had to like stop myself and say, girl, you are wearing a size 23. What is wrong? How do you train that out of your clients?
So I tell them all they've never seen what they actually look like, that no one has any idea what they look like. They've seen two-dimensional representations of themselves, and you're a 3D object. And it's why I really warn people away from Facetune and AI versions of themselves. I think it's really dangerous to see a version of yourself with all your flaws ironed out. Like to take it back to theater. Do you remember Katie O'Toole from AD
Oh,
Apple Pie?
Yeah.
Beautiful girl with a heart-shaped face who was in Jersey Boys on Broadway right before Renee was in it. I used to always joke that every girl got Katie O'Toole headshots because everyone knows what their least favorite part of their face is. So they go for the minimization of that part. I got a big nose. I want my nose to look smaller. I got a big chin. I want my chin to look smaller. Yeah. And they all ended up looking like Katie O'Toole in their headshot, which was a really pretty girl. But unfortunately, when they walked in the room, they weren't Katie O'Toole.
Right.
You've never seen what you look like. You are completely fixated on your flaws, and your eyes will always go straight to them. I frequently have to measure my arms to convince myself that my forearms don't measure the same as my biceps, because that's what I see in the mirror. That's a pretty severe example. I see the same size and stick thin arms. That's not real. And neither is it real when you feel fine one day and the next day look in the mirror and say you look fat.
Mm-hmm.
You look fat to you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go back down to the gym and go right into your routine where your numbers are marked on what I lift, how many reps I do, and you can say to yourself, I was there, now I'm here. It's not one workout, just like diet isn't any one meal. It's a period of time, consistency over a period of time. And I think that's why we find toned muscular physiques so attractive. We admire the person that it requires to achieve that, not the work itself. We don't care that you can lift 200 pounds. We care that you're the type of person who has learned to lift 200 pounds.
Yeah, that's... What about confusing your muscles? Because I've heard that also.
Oh, that's made up. Muscle confusion, you don't have brains in your muscles. Now, what's real is peripheral training, moving from upper body to lower body in a workout, because it increases your circulation and makes your heart move back and forth. There's also great science between resting one body part while you work another within a superset. But muscle confusion is something that they came up with in the insanity workouts, and it didn't turn out to be real.
Oh, interesting. Remember
the
those?
insanity workouts?
Yes,
Remember
I
those?
do.
Oh,
Where we all worked so hard.
Yeah.
And this idea that there was a videotaped workout that fit your body, my body, her body, with the injuries we've had, with whatever surgeries we've had, with whatever history we've had. The idea that one size fitness is bananas.
Mm-hmm.
And while I gave several Zoom trainings this morning, I'm the first person to tell people that online fitness is supplemental to real training. It is one size fits all. And 90% of the guys online are selling genetics.
It's true. It's true. And for me personally, fitness trainers changed my entire life. Like there were two in particular that I worked with over the course of, I want to say 7 years. And I'll never forget the first time I did a deadlift. It was with a bodybuilder that I met on Instagram and went to his studio, and, he taught me the form and everything. And he gave me the confidence to be able to do it, because I'd never done it before. And
that's really common, that most of the people you talk to in the gym will be like, I've been doing this for years and I have no idea if I'm doing it right. I learned it once in high school, or I saw it on the internet, and it's just what I do.
Yes. Yeah. And he instilled in me the confidence and the knowledge and the form, so that, because he wanted me to be able to walk into any gym. That was his goal. His name's Tony. Any gym, any weight room. And he's like, I want you to go right for the weight room, especially as a woman. He's like, I don't want you to feel intimidated. I just want you to go right for the weight room, and I want you to be able to go in and grab what you need and set yourself up. And he did. He just prepared me for all of that. And he's this incredible bodybuilder. He competes. He's a dancer as well. He's
I
phenomenal.
love traveling and going to different gyms. And I will say, I have been, when I was visiting Iowa during the death of my father, some of the worst times in my life, go to a gym. Find a gym. It is always going to be what it is. And I am always welcome there. I know the etiquette. I know the form. And so I know that I've just switched, and there's no gym in the world that intimidates me anymore. And the gift of knowing your form is right is everything. And those guys, they look mean. I know that I can look mean with my eye patch, but they're some of the nicest guys in the world. And the one thing they respect is the discipline and the knowledge, the respect that you show weightlifting to what the rules are.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think trainers are so, if you can work with one, I mean, they're just crucial for progress.
Yeah, but like you said, the form. I mean, that's so important, because you could be doing something wrong
and hurt yourself,
and then not get the results that you're like, what am I paying for? And then
exercises
you're
like
discouraged.
the deadlift and the squat that use multiple body parts. But I tell everyone, the number one exercise I see people doing wrong is the bicep curl. I'm like, you're moving so many different things.
Is it because they don't keep their elbows
tucked in?
Yeah.
Wait, how do you do it?
How should you be doing it? Now I'm curious.
So,
yeah, I'm like, now I do.
When I take my bicep
my
curl,
whole life
I've
has
gotta
been a
make
lie.
sure my elbow is pinned right down to my lowest rib, and my shoulder is back. And now that elbow and that shoulder can't move as the hand comes up. And when the hand comes up, if the elbow lifts, that takes the tension off the bicep. If when I straighten my arm, my elbow shifts back behind my body, that also takes tension off of the bicep. So I've got to keep it locked there, and anything that takes it out of that position is too much weight. There can be no swinging, there can be no swaying, it's isolated. Just like in dance, isolation is what makes it right. And it's a simple example, but you're like, you guys are working everything but. When people say squats hurt my knees, I'm just like, no, doing squats wrong hurts your knees.
Right.
Yeah, I remember the first, maybe not the first time, but when I actually did a squat correctly, I was like, oh, I hate this.
This is so different.
No,
And
I just go back
Bulgarian
like
split squats.
With people being like, sit down. Now stand up.
Yeah.
Now sit down in the mirror and slow down right before you hit the bench. Like, and hip hinging that was required for deadlifts. Trying to teach white men in their 60s how to move their hips for the first time
Pop it
is a
back.
challenge. Shut
Especially
the
if they're
fridge
Irish.
behind you with your butt. Shut the fridge behind you with your butt.
That's so funny.
No, I can't dance either.
Has the gym helped you like with your most recent diagnosis?
Oh, well,
Epilepsy?
yeah. So, Jacob, I was diagnosed in earlier this year with epilepsy, which wasn't a complete surprise, but was a surprise to me. It was how many seizures I was having a minute after years of overcompensating. So once I got medicated, I was, everything was too fast. I was like, I need to introduce more chaos. And yoga, I've been doing yoga for years after my car accident. And that was the one thing that always helped me, that if I wasn't actively in yoga and I would lift or I would run, my back would go out immediately. So I'm like, okay, I have to stay with yoga. So I've always stayed with yoga, but then it became really slow after having epilepsy and not having multiple seizures. It was just great. And that's when I really, really got into weightlifting.
I do yoga every day. I love teaching and introducing yoga to people that don't have it at all in their lives. It's such a tool for recovery. And you don't ever have to explain to anyone who does yoga that the mental effects are just as strong as the physical effects. And I say that if you treat weightlifting the same way, it's the same. And that it can become a safe place within yourself to go where you feel strong and you feel whole.
Yeah. And it's just more challenging. I mean, not for me, yoga is still challenging, but it was just too slow. Like I wanted punk rock. I wanted weights. I wanted a little anger, a little chaos.
Have you ever done hot yoga?
Oh yeah. For years.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
I know. I love sweating though. Like when I work out, when I want a sauna, I want to sweat. For me, it feels cleansing.
I get it. It's so weird when clients, especially women, well, like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm sweating so much. I'm like, it's a compliment, babe.
Yeah.
I love it.
I feel that way about the
Don't
reformer.
hold that in.
I love being on the reformer and just like because it's such a different type of workout than weight training because you're working like secondary muscles,
Yeah,
like the supporting
stabilizers.
muscles.
Yeah.
Oh, and like the core work that you get, those are muscles that you can't get with a crunch.
The beauty of the reformer is it teaches the connections from the head to toe.
It's like ballet.
In the body.
Yeah.
As opposed to just a contraction.
Yeah.
And it's much more about expansion.
Yes. And but if you like I love the flow of it. I love the ease of it. Well, it should look easy. It's not easy. But
like yoga, it's a great counterpoint to weightlifting, which is all about making your body smaller.
Yes.
It's all about a contraction, and that's all about expanding. They work really well together to redistribute the fatigue poisons like lactic acid that can build up from training. It can really, it's counterintuitive to be like, oh, I'm so tired from weightlifting, I don't want to do 20 more minutes of yoga. But you'll actually lift more weight the next time you come back if you take the time to do the yoga, to do the cool down.
What is like the most common thing that you hear from, I was going to say your patients, from your clients, Dr. Jacob?
Yeah, that's what the world needs is more trainers who think that they're doctors.
Gaston. What's like the common thing, the common question or inquiry that you hear when you have clients come to you and they're starting for the first time? Like, what's the common denominator between everyone?
The common denominator is everyone, no matter what age they are, comes to me, and they're all over 30, right? My youngest client is probably 35. They all believe that time has passed them by, that they are too old, that their peak is behind them. We are taught to believe that we hit a certain age and then it's all downhill, it's all awful, it's all that we're past it. And I don't believe I've peaked yet.
No.
One of the things I love about training senior clients is I can always compare them to each other and be like, well, my 65-year-old deadlifted more than that, so I think you should at least try it.
Yeah.
You're never too old for anything. I spent years singing on cruise ships, and I watched all of these people that had really keyed into the American dream in that they'd worked their whole lives, they paid their dues, they saved up for retirement, and now they're at paradise. They're in the most beautiful locations in the world, and they're having to look at how many steps are involved with each one because they spent their lives behind a desk, not taking care of their body, believing in the promise that when the time came, they'd be ready to enjoy themselves. And now it's so difficult to enjoy themselves because, well, we're trapped in these rotting flesh sacks. But there's so much you can do day in, day out that stops you from being somebody trapped in a Wally chair as you age. So my thing is I try and impress upon them all that it is truly never too late.
I feel like it just gets better. Am I weird about like
No,
that?
because like we have a little bit more money than we did in our 20s.
Right.
I would like to
And
think
what
so.
we really do, we know how to spend better.
Yeah.
We filtered out so much extraneous stuff that
Yeah.
stopped us from enjoying things.
Mm.
I enjoy a lot of simple things I never enjoyed before.
Yeah.
I mean, I never thought I'd get married. I never thought I'd dog. I never thought I'd enjoy suburbia. And now it's like you have to trick me to get me into Manhattan.
Says the
You
boy
have to
that
have like
I
a
met in that
Broadway
smoky
show,
room.
a good dinner. I need to be in bed by 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
No, I get it. Yeah, but I feel like you have more life experience. You're like, I'm willing to try more things because it is like that. Oh, I've never done this before. I want to try it. Or, you know, your life changes or you get a diagnosis. That's
Yeah.
you're like,
But I
what do
feel like
do?
it
We're
gets
all gonna get
better. Like,
diagnoses. We
Yeah,
all are.
yeah, I mean, it's not gonna stop.
My 65-year-old man I just trained, got out of shoulder surgery, and we're having a slow recovery back because he's 65. And he said to me, no more surgeries. And I was like, Joe, that's just not realistic. If we live long enough, we're going to have more surgeries. We're going to have diagnoses, and they're going to happen to us. There's nothing we can do to control it or not choose it. But what we can choose is to be as ready as possible with the other things that are going to keep us not just healthy, but happy, because they're definitely tied together. And I go back to mobility over and over again. And the fact of the matter is that 50% of the people that fall and break a hip never get up again.
Ugh.
So everything you
50?
can do to make yourself not fall is going to help. We're in it for the long haul now. Remember when we were young and we thought we wouldn't live past 27? And who's over? I don't even know anybody over 30.
Yeah.
I like that you make fitness fun, though. I love all the little antics on your Instagram account, and
You have to, because some people have to be tricked.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a
I'm
million
one
ways to
of
get
them.
where you're going with this. There's only 7 moves. There's only 7 movements. What are we going to do boxing today? I have 2 women that I choreograph little numbers for, usually to ABBA. I have 2 guys that I box with. I have 1 guy that completely does floor work and no weights because he has such bad arthritis. I have a pregnant lady with POTS syndrome, so she can't get up or down. The pressure changes, make her pass out, so everything needs to stay on the ground. Everybody's got everybody's got a different challenge. But if you'll bring yourself to me and pay the $60 an hour, we'll find a way to get you stronger than you were yesterday, to get your heart rate up to the right level for at least the time that you're with me.
What is your least favorite workout personally? Like, what's the one that you're like, God, I don't want to do it?
Cardio. When somebody's like, hey, can you train me can you be my run trainer? I'm like, you just want me to watch your run? Hey, we're going to do this one move 400 times?
Yeah.
I was like, what if we just lift weights faster?
I love cardio.
Yeah.
I feel like you can do it by yourself. It's like when I see a trainer put somebody on the elliptical.
Yes.
I'm like, is the computer on that broken? Are you just counting time?
This is how this works. Hit this button and that button. You're free
You're
to
doing
go.
great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now pay my bill.
Yeah.
That's hysterical. Have you ever run into one of your clients at like McDonald's?
I would admit that he's
you're
there.
I was gonna say not that you're hanging out at McDonald's, but I'm just curious.
There is a McDonald's and it's a few blocks away from me, and you see people in their cars eating their McDonald's.
In shame.
I did once see a client, not the same day, And I'm from Iowa. We say hello to people. And I went and knocked on the door and said hello. And they acted like I was carjacking them. Trying to hide the fries. I'm like, no, food is not the enemy.
Yeah.
Right? You cannot, food is not alcohol. You can't say I'm never going to have food again. And I really fight my clients on, now I can eat something after this because I worked really hard, or this is my punishment for the dessert I had yesterday. And not only is it not true, it's just not productive. Exercise isn't a punishment and food isn't a reward.
I love that you say that because I feel like there's a lot of that on social media.
Yeah,
right?
And in raising your children and dogs.
What do you think of like those what I eat in a day videos? I'm like trying to get them out of my feed because I'm like,
It's such a flex.
Also, I don't believe it. I'm not like, you're not making these beautiful bowls no one has time for this.
Nobody.
With their phone in one hand.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. The whole time. No, absolutely not. I'm
a girl. I literally wake up and no joke. I mean, I eat cookies I'm Italian. I eat cookies with my coffee in the morning. Like I have the first thing I consume are chocolate chip cookies. A handful.
Now, are they high protein, no sugar, high fiber?
No, Chips Ahoy all the way. It's Chips Ahoy. Chips Ahoy. And
you fasted. That's your.
I guess
you
so.
Fasted. No
Chips
rewards though.
Ahoy,
No
they're not
rewards.
even good cookies.
But they're just chocolate chip cookies. But that's like my favorite thing. I'm not doing these like. I should do it what I eat in the day just to make people mad.
Oh my god.
People would be appalled
about like what I try to eat in the day and what I actually eat.
Right.
It's really important with social media to always, and I tell my clients this all the time, and I tell this to anyone who, when I occasionally get like hate or somebody disagreeing with my social media, you have to look at everyone's social media and what are they selling? And I'm selling personal training. So especially when I'm like, that post wasn't about you, but if the shoe fits, Cinderella, go ahead and slip it on. Usually when we find trouble with something in social media, it's more about us than it is about them. But I just look at myself, what are they selling? Are they selling outrage? Are they selling themselves? Are they selling t-shirts? They're selling Gymshark?
Gymshark, right. Those are pretty cute outfits, though. I am a sucker for the Instagram ads.
Oh,
for gym clothes.
Hey, $50 plus shipping for shorts isn't for me, but when you see me with an Instagram tag up there for next season's swimsuits, I didn't say that.
You know who I love? Buff Bunny. First of all, she's adorable, and I love her workout gear. All her shiny liquid leggings.
Sometimes that's the only thing that gets me motivated to work out.
So that's why I often dress like a crazy person for my clients. Of course, that story's kind of blown to hell because you told everyone I've been dressing crazy since college. But if you can put a smile on people's face, especially when it's something that's so intimidating and so personal to people, like fitness, and people, when you're fit, will sometimes put you up on a pedestal that you're somehow like not like them in some fundamental way, which kind of lets them off the hook for not being fit. I'm like, hey guys, it's not that serious. It's not brain surgery down here. I know a lot about this, but there are 10 more important battles you're going to fight during your day. You've gotten down here, you've come to my gym, my superhero basement gym, you're in good hands for the next hour. You're going to be okay.
What about when people are so focused on how much they weigh versus like their size or their, how do you get a lot of those people like, oh, I want to lose 20 pounds, but it's
I'm so guilty of that. I weigh myself every day and I focus on numbers. I focus on jean size. I do all of that. Like I'm totally guilty.
So the information is never bad. If you're weighing yourself every day, that's not necessarily bad. Millions of athletes all over the world do that. That's data. Now, if you obsess and make yourself unhappy about the data, that's something different. If you want to focus on what you weigh as a metric, you can do that, but I want to make sure that you have all the science behind it. If we're lifting weight and we're building muscle, and that's the goal down here, and you're not gaining weight, we have a problem. Because where are you getting the extra muscle tissue from? You're going to be changing shape. I tell people that it's much better to pick an item of clothing and take it how it fits on you if I can't get them to focus on a physical goal. Because the old adage that fat and muscle, that 1 pound of muscle takes up a lot less room than a pound of fat. I tell all my clients that the most healthy body for you, for your individual body, is probably heavier than you think it is. Because it's a more muscular body. Now, the one thing I really have to fight people on is when they come in and be like, I want to lose fat and gain muscle. And I always say, at the same time, because your body can lose weight or your body can gain weight. It cannot do both. That doesn't make any sense. What we're going for is recomposition. Ideally, you're going to weigh the same because you weigh that weight for a reason. You generally weigh that weight because that's what your body wants to be at. And if you cut food, if you cut food back, you're going to cut back energy. You're not going to be able to do the things you need to do that day, or you're going to be a dick. And now you know why models are so mean.
Right. That's why I have to have cookies in the morning. I mean, I eat the
hangry.
cookies before I weigh myself. So I guess that's balance. I don't know.
Well, your brain runs on sugar.
Right.
Now, does it need to be processed sugar from chips and corn?
Okay.
Probably not. I'm a big believer in you can have all the junk food you make yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That the cooking process is generally where they put in all the nonsense. I know why food tastes better at restaurants. It's because butter is the first thing and last thing that touches the food, no matter whether it's vegetables, whether it's rice. I know the portion sizes at restaurants are wild.
Don't come at me with anything other than
would you let
Kerrygold.
somebody else decide how many fries you need?
Mm-hmm.
In no other setting would you let somebody else decide how many chicken wings you should eat. But I know so many people that the restaurant brings you that much, that's how much they eat.
Yeah.
And then you travel outside of this country.
Right.
And then you're like, or you go to like a really nice restaurant and you're like, that's it. You know, but that's what you're supposed to have.
Yeah. What advice do you have for people who, let's say they're working out and their partner's not supportive of it? Like they're working out and their body's changing, right? You change. First of all, we're all evolving regardless of whether we work out or not. Like we're all changing every day. And I'm curious what you tell people, or if you've had clients who've come to you who are on, I hate calling it a fitness journey, but you know, they're getting their shit together health-wise.
It's become overused.
Yeah.
What we like is the effort. And the effort isn't necessarily reflected in what you can see in a person. When you see a person once, you don't know where they're coming from, what injuries they've had, what other things they overcome. But what you can see is their effort. And when you see another person, especially a person that like they love and that loves them, standing in the way of their effort, it's really hard. And it's very rarely something is, and you know, at our age, to be like, he sounds awful, get rid of him. I'm like, you think I'm gonna be single in this economy right now? No. And it's just the same. It's the same as it is with if you want to make any improvement of your life. I recently stopped drinking, and you see the people that it really bothers. Oh, the parties. Oh, you're not gonna be fun anymore. Oh, you're not gonna hang out anymore. They're not talking about you. They're talking about them. And if you have a spouse that's standing in the way or crapping on your effort or just constantly picking at your efforts to improve themselves, they're always talking about themselves and not about you. And they're talking about their fears. A lot of people worry that if their spouse ever got their ideal body, they would leave them. And that's just not how it is. Getting that body is often an act of self-love and a profound act of self-love, and it makes you better at everything.
Yeah.
The least of which it makes you better at sex. Look, horny people are healthy people. If you're not horny, if you're not one of the 1% of the population that identifies, less than 1%, that identifies as asexual, God bless them, there's room for everybody in the alphabet mafia. But if you're not one of that less than 1%, and you're not horny ever, there's something wrong. Because that's a natural function. It's just like not being hungry ever or not being sleepy ever. It's a natural function that you can take in that information. And if you are fit, you're going to be romantically fulfilled.
And confident.
And
I mean, that's
and that
true.
matters
Confidence.
in marriages as much as it matters in being single. I mean, I've been with the same guy since I was 24 years old, and our bodies have changed and we've changed. When he met me, I had a luscious head of hair, but you staying active, staying strong, staying in balance is way more important than staying thin.
What about friends who, I remember like when I saw friends who I hadn't seen for a while, like some people were weird about like the weight loss. It was
I haven't seen.
Well, not you, but you know, like
I haven't seen you in so long.
You're super you've always been super supportive, but like, you know how like people will get a little
but I think
funny.
they're like Jacob said, like they're projecting about that
because they feel it puts pressure on them. If we have this thing, you'll see it all the time whenever you hit a birthday that ends in 0. You're 30 now, no more abs. You're 40 now, your body hurts all the time. And the people that are saying it to you aren't saying it to hurt your feelings. They're saying it to make themselves feel better about what they're going through. And if you're now the same age as they are and doing all the things that they tell themselves they can't do because of their age, that kind of blows their whole narrative to hell, doesn't it? So if they're just protecting themselves, I mean, what else can you do but keep doing whatever's best for you? You can trust selfish people. You always know what they're going to do.
It is true. It is
I
true.
don't trust unselfish people anymore. It's part of growing a little bit more jaded as I've gotten a little older, a little bit less sparkle rainbow about the world. I don't trust people that say, I just want to help you. I'm just here for you. Only your needs matter. I have a person like that. She's my mom and you're not her.
That's awful though, that you had to go through that. Like, that's just...
Yeah, it feels like sometimes people feel like it's like they need to like take you down. Like they feel the need to like take you down a notch, even if you're not like I don't walk around talking about fitness, and acknowledging, I am who I am.
Yeah.
This is just the size I am right
been
now.
at a vacation resort where I had 3 people in the space of a 2-hour pool party walk up to me and start conversations about how do you get that physique, how do you get that build, what can I do? And later that night, at like the luau, I overheard one of them talking like, yeah, that guy looks good, but all he talks about is fitness. I'm like,
that's what you asked me about.
Right.
I see disappointment in people's eyes when you bring up a book you read. It's like, oh crap, he's got a 6-pack and he can read? That doesn't even make sense to me. But people are multifaceted. Yeah. People are complex. And that's why I believe fitness is for everybody, just like reading.
But that's all judgment, right? I mean, if people are judging you for how you look, they're judging themselves, and then
but they are projecting. That's true.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we all do.
And they're assuming a bunch of things that they think you think about them. They're being mean in their heads in your voice.
Because it's easier that way.
I've had in, especially like in nightlife situations, larger built guys, because the gay community can be really, really fat phobic, and a lot of gay guys are kind of known for working out. And the person says something, I've had 3 different versions of this, where they say, a guy like you would never be interested in a guy like me. And I'm always like, well, I'm not, because I'm here with my husband. But that's a wild thing to assume, to kick yourself out of the gene pool. How many hideous people do you see out there walking around with 10s? Not everyone's as shallow as you are, bro.
Health and fitness has become so much more important. Like as we're like now being in our 40s,
well, that plus I don't have kids, and I have to think about, not that I have to think about who's going to take care of me, but I see people walking down the street who can't, you
100% should be thinking about who's going to take care of you.
Well, yeah.
You are statistically going to outlive whatever male partner you choose. Women live longer than men, and let me tell you, those cruise ships are filled with widows because women take care of themselves better than men. Yeah. 2, women just live longer than men. Who are the longest living people in the world? Women under 5'5".
Yeah. Not me.
I was like, wait, how tall are you?
Do you know that every inch you are over 5'11", you're more susceptible to blood clots? It actually lowers your life expectancy every inch you are over 5'11".
Really? So if
because you're thinking about those things,
6'2", then
you have no children who are contractually obligated to take care of you.
I know.
But you know the truth of that, right? So I know so many boomers who say, my kids don't visit. My kids live in a different city. I see them once a year, if that. I'm so thankful I'm one of 5 children, so the other ones can change mom's bird feeder in Iowa.
Yeah. But it's true, but you want to take care of yourself, or at least delay that as much as possible, you know?
You can't.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't.
Yeah, and the more you do it, the easier it gets, right? Like as soon as you start oh my gosh, I picked up this, 15-pound weight last workout and it was my heavy weight. Now it's like, no, I think this isn't as challenging anymore.
We get really trapped in our perceptions of who we used to be and who we'd like to be, who we were yesterday and who we are tomorrow. And we really forget to value what we do each day. And the time we spend so much time worrying about what happened, worrying about what's going to happen. That's why the Buddhists say we don't ever experience any real nows. We're never in the moment.
Yeah, because we're in the past.
But let me tell you, when you're in that last rep, in that last set, giving everything you've got, and all you can do is pay attention to keep squeezing the weight, and the man next to you yelling at you not to move your elbow during that curl, that's a now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that's why weightlifting, rock climbing. Have you?
Yeah, when you're hanging up a rock by your fingertips, you better be in the now. You have no choice.
No, the first time.
I used to love about being on stage so much.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'm not worried about what I'm going to say. I practiced it for months.
Yeah, because you can't think of anything else. Have you gone rock climbing?
No.
It's fun. We should do it. Just indoor only for now. But it is, you're like, okay, where's my left hand going? Where's my right hand going?
Yeah.
Where's my foot going?
Stay
Because you
present.
can't focus on your form, not even your form, because with rock climbing, you're really just trying to stay on.
Survive.
Yeah. It's more about survival. But you can't, it's freeing. That's why I loved running so much, because I just felt so free. Although the first time I did it, a friend of mine went, and I was holding on to the, the wall and the like so tightly with my fingers. And then I was like, oh, let's just grab a beer. Let's go out after, grab something to eat. And I could not pick up my beer because my hands were like this.
It's a great hand workout.
The whole time I was like, oh, I need 2 hands for this pint. Like it was crazy.
It's heavy,
It was
huh?
crazy. Obviously,
fisting.
my form was wrong. Obviously,
But it's got to be wrong, but we're going to never be right. Especially
Right.
when I've got a new client who's never done anything like this before. I'm like, please stop judging yourself.
Yeah.
You pay me to judge you now.
Like it does. It makes such a difference. Like,
Yeah.
Totally. And we could find scientifically the best workout in the world for you. And if you hate it, it's no good because you're not going to keep doing it for years and years forever. It's like the GLP-1s. You can't stop.
right. Do you have a lot of clients on those?
No, but I have a very close friend on one, and I really followed his journey, and he started at 550 pounds, and so many forms of exercise weren't available to him, and all the things that you could be told to do, all the advice I would give someone of just keep moving, it wasn't enough. It was so much on his joints, and I was watching so many things he enjoyed be taken from him. When he couldn't fly without buying an extra seat, which he couldn't afford. He was a struggling actor in New York City. He couldn't go to Broadway shows anymore because he didn't know if he fit in the seat, and he couldn't deal with the embarrassment. So everything that he loved was being taken from him one thing at a time. And he's a performer, and there's roles for the bigger guy, but if people are worried that you have a health problem, and he's always going to be a big guy. He's down to 298,
Yeah.
which is a huge amount to lose. And he has to deal with the fact that people still think of him and he's still in the industry. He'll always be a big guy. Will always be big in the theater because everyone's tiny. But those GLP-1s, I don't know another way that he could have gotten to a weight where he could exercise without them, knowing what he had tried, knowing that he had dieted, knowing that he had exercised. Whereas if I didn't know him so well, I'd be like, he's cheating.
Why do you think people are so judgy? Some people are really have really strong opinions about.
I think it goes back to how we were raised, that health is a moral judgment. We were raised to believe that perfect attendance should be rewarded as opposed to taking time off when you're sick, as opposed to not infecting everyone around you. We were taught that the show always must go on. So I have a skin cancer diagnosis. I'm going to be fine. But the first thing that I can see it on their face. How much sun did you get? Where's it at? You're pretty tan. It's on my foot. But when I hear someone has lung cancer, oh, you smoke. When I hear someone has liver cancer, did you drink too much? So we're looking for that moral failing because we think if we avoid that, sickness won't come for us. Mm-hmm. And I think if I just make the right choices, I'll never be obese. You get hit by a bus tomorrow and lose your legs, you might become obese. It's a lot harder to burn calories. You don't know what other person's struggle is. You didn't have 2 parents who were both 600 pounds raising you in a house with only processed food and no portion control, no knowledge of it. So we all come at it from different places.
I think if more people were in the gym, we'd all just stop being so judgy and just be happier.
Just be happier.
Yeah, the happiest people I've ever met and the most fun are from in the gym.
Yeah.
People I've met.
I mean,
in the
what
gym.
did Elwood say? Exercise causes endorphins. Happy people don't kill people.
Yes.
I rest my case.
I was going to say bend and snap.
Yeah.
I say bend and snap when we're rolling up. It's one of the tests I give new clients because I want to know if they're homosexuals or not. When a man comes and trains in here, I'm like, or we could listen to ABBA. Like I throw out a little test like that. I see you have a ring on. I'll find myself because when you're gay, you're inherently political. You can't not be political to be a homosexual in 2025. It's like being Jewish. You have to have a stance on certain things, but I don't think it has any bearing on your training with me. But I always find when a woman comes to train with me that I find a way to work it into conversation in the first 5 minutes. My last new client was like, Oh, by the way, I'm gay. She's like, hey, I'm in your basement alone on a Tuesday afternoon. I already knew you were gay. Saying that she would have never put herself in that situation.
Yeah.
Right?
With a straight man.
And I definitely had guys come and train with me, and I could tell it wasn't a good personality vibe fit. They were just looking for a different experience, and I had to take that the way I took when I was in theater, and I'd go up for like a big baller role, and like, we went with somebody a little bit more military. I'm like, yeah, that guy was in the Marines? No, he had a BFA in the fine arts. He just didn't want a gay guy. And you know what? That's okay. Some people only want to train with a woman. If they're a woman, they want to deal with someone who goes through the same things they go through. And let me tell you, I've had to learn a lot about perimenopause this year. I get it. You want somebody who goes through the same struggles you go through.
And yeah, I love that you brought that up, and especially as a male trainer, because that's.
Yeah. And that you're aware of that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I have to remind myself all the time that I'm a big dude. Like, you go to compliment a lady on her shoes and she looks troubled. You're like, babe. Because you forget and you can't imagine somebody viewing you the way you view big, aggressive men. Danger, danger. Though it is nice seeing people's confidence grow and how they carry themselves throughout the world. My favorite client was 65 and loves to box. And man, is he bad at it. But we shadow box a lot. We put the pads on. We learn circuits. And he's been boxing with me for a couple of years. And he said to me last week, I just want you to know, there were these kids behind me. I was in a deli in the Bronx. These kids behind me were getting a little loud. And I knew I felt a little more confident, knowing I could take care of myself. I'm like, how many were there? He's like, 5 or 6 teenagers. I'm like, Joe, if any teenagers ever bother you, please do not use the Tybo I have shown you. Please run my town.
You're like, this is a workout. This is not to protect
Please
yourself.
don't fight those people. You'll die.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have any other questions for him? Or is there anything we didn't cover that you were talking about stuff yesterday about, what did you brought something up when we were in the car, and I wish
I was in the car with you.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm super excited about Comic-Con. Because cosplay is where old actors go to get their costumes on and be celebrated for their bodies.
Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about, because I want to show off your Instagram. And you wear so many costumes. You've seen,
Yeah.
What was your reaction to his Instagram?
I just didn't know what to expect, honestly. But I know Jamie, and I trust Jamie's judgment always.
Well, like, did you guys grow up with any like fandoms? Like, was there like a kid show that was really important to you as a kid? Like a favorite cartoon or a
Rainbow
favorite
Bright.
toy? Rainbow Bright. Now, like, imagine if like Rainbow Bright got you through like a bunch of dark stuff, and you grew up thinking that, like, and especially if it was something that was kind of niche, like comic books, something like not everybody was into, so you felt you were the only one. And then you moved to New York City, you're like, oh wait, this had an effect on a whole group of people. It really meant something to them. And the way that you can show your love, I can't think of a more deep, true love than to, by hand, create one of those ridiculous costumes. Like, imagine if you built a costume as the purple Rainbow Bright Scout. Because remember, they had one for each one of the colors?
Yes.
And you got your friends to dress up like all the other Rainbow Scouts. And you showed up and you didn't have to explain it to anybody. Everybody got it immediately. They were all transported back to those same memories. And now you've made a friend because you love something together. This world wants to join us together in the things that we hate. Sometimes it seems like politics aren't about being for anything. They're just about, hey, we're all anti the same stuff. Cosplay is about coming together about love. No one cares which one's better than anybody else because they're all the stupid cartoons and comic books. It's life. It's made up by definition. No one's in there cosplaying Ronald Reagan or, they're not going through the Iran Contras. They're going through G.I. Joe. So, like, next weekend, my best friend has built an Evil Lynn costume, and I built a Skeletor costume, and we're going to tackle our way through Comic-Con. And I'll get to show off my body, which I enjoy, and all my hard work as a trainer.
Can I be She-Ra?
My things and what I can do all the time. It's the only time you can walk around half naked being complimented by straight dudes all day.
Oh.
I was obsessed with She-Ra when I was little too.
Yeah.
Princess of Power, right?
Yeah,
Wasn't she?
because we didn't have superheroes
Yeah.
that were women.
That new She-Ra cartoon is real good. It's real good because
Yeah.
all of those. The reason those were so interesting, same with He-Man, same with GI Joe, is all of the toys came with a little backstory, and the industry makes those toys judge what looks cool, and then a bunch of writers, and they were at the time off-duty Marvel comic book writers like Spider-Man and Avengers. They would write the backstories for all of these toys. And like they use the same form. If you go back and look at those toys, Skeletor and He-Man are the same toy, but painted different with different heads. Like the girls in that T-Light Evil Lynn, they're the same toy, painted different with different heads. And they all have the perfect body and insane outfits because the outfits didn't have to be made of cloth, right? Most superheroes just wear paint on their bodies, on their muscles.
Yeah.
So they're so much fun to make because they're so unrealistic. I mean, if you were going to go out and fight crime, wouldn't you have your hair real big and wear your highest heels and have your chest out?
You do every day though, Jamie.
You see, and that's how you fight crime.
Right.
But those men writing those
Cleaning
comic
up
books
those
didn't have a lot of relationships with women, I felt like.
I mean, I've seen those Comic-Con costumes and the amount of, again, discipline and talent that goes into making your own. That is my worst nightmare.
Oh,
Is crafting.
Oh,
Any
yeah.
crafting.
well, there are people, and like I believe
Can't.
cosplay is for everybody because it literally just means costume play.
Yeah.
And there's lots of people that just buy the costume.
That would be me. I will pay money if I
And
don't
dress
have
up.
to
You
physically
love
make
Halloween?
it myself. Yeah, but my mom would make our costumes. We had the best Halloween costumes.
What was your favorite one?
She made us. I really, my sister and I love Garfield and Odie. She made us like flat cartoon characters. We were in like canvas things. My
That's
sister,
inventive.
yeah, it was we had a star costume, like an actual,
Yeah,
like
that's adorable.
cardboard star. We won every year. The
So when
Halloween
I was a
parade.
kid in Iowa, my mother raised us Jehovah's Witness. So we had no Halloween. And I tell people all the time, if you ever want to make sure your child's obsessed with spooky, ooky stuff their whole life, deny them Halloween.
Yeah.
My favorite Halloween costume growing up was Gem.
Oh,
My mom
yeah.
made a microphone out of
I remember
a
those
toilet
photos.
paper roll.
Mhm,
Yeah, out of a toilet paper roll, and she covered it in foil, and
Oh,
then she
we
put
should be
a
linking
ball
these
on top.
photos along with the podcast.
We do. I actually have photos of it.
It
That was
pops
my
up, like,
favorite.
every year, every
Does
Halloween.
it pop up in
No,
your
I-
feed? I'm like, what's going on with your algorithm that I'm in a gem costume?
That's
I've
going to be
seen it.
K-pop
I've
Demon
seen
Hunters
it.
this year.
Yeah.
I never wanted children in my life, but there's something so amazingly wholesome when you see the whole family of nerd cosplayers dressed up, and dad's Luke Skywalker, and
Yeah.
mom is Princess Leia, which is a little gross. But then the kid is like Grogu. It's so sweet.
Yeah, because they get
And
into
I know
it.
that
It's
kids, I
fun.
know that kid's probably going to be okay. Because
Yeah.
if they can keep that connection going, nerds make great parents.
Yeah. I think too, though, it's felt like, we're theater kids, so of course we love to play dress up, and I think that's what makes your
It's totally
Instagram
that.
so unique.
It's totally that. I love dress up.
Yeah, but your Instagram is so unique because it's not just another fitness page. It's to me, I'm like, I see it, I'm like, oh, Jacob, like, what's he wearing today? Like, I'm actually invested in wanting to know what your outfit is, what kind of costume do you have on, and then along the way, I learned something about fitness because that's the core, the fundamentals of what you're doing. But you make it
Yeah,
fun.
I mean, there's
You
no matter
trick-
what your
you
topic
trick
is, no matter
into
what you
learning.
want to talk about online, somebody's already talking about it. And it was a lesson that I really couldn't ever nail in theater, and there were reasons why. But like the lesson I really could never believe in theater was the only thing you can bring to the table that no one else can is yourself. It's the only thing that's completely unrecreatable. And when I was trying to make money off it, when I was trying to be famous, and I was trying to conquer the world, and in theater, everything became about that. It became very joyless. It became all about how does this look to other people, as opposed to how does this make me feel. And so now I look at my social media as another way to connect to people. And especially after the pandemic, and we lost the ability to connect with people physically. And I no longer get on a stage in front of thousands of people and perform to connect with people that way. It's my way of letting people in. And then turning off the app and letting them back out.
What advice do you have for somebody who wants to get fit and doesn't know where to start?
I thought you were going to say to somebody who wanted to get started on social media.
Oh.
It's actually the same advice, which is find something that you can do and do it every day at the same time every day. And just do it. Don't worry about judging it yet. Get into the practice of doing it for a few months before you try and refine it, before you put any judgment on it, maybe even before you tell anybody. Heck, that's the same advice I give to people that want to quit drinking. Just don't tell anybody. Get a start on it, make it about you. It will only ever work if it's about you. It's the one place in life that you have permission to be completely selfish, because it's entirely about you. The virtue of selfishness.